Any tanning that you do, know that that is damaging your skin. And a lot of people also think that getting a spray tan protects you from the sun. That's wrong. I just saw Alex Earl, who's a big influencer, got burnt to a crisp on vacation. Welcome to the More Than a Pretty Face podcast, where we go more than just skin deep to explore the science of beauty so you can look and feel your best at any age. I'm Dr. Azi and Nurse Lacie, a board-certified dermatologist and host of the podcast. And I'm here today with Nurse Lacie, my co-host.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You know, summer is almost here.
I know. I'm so excited. I love summer.
So whether
It is my favorite season. Even though there's more sun exposure, I still love it. What?
You just
I didn't even talk
No,
that
you're
much.
right. Okay.
I didn't
We'll
even,
let the
all I
viewers
said was
decide.
summer is my favorite season, and you bust out the Kentucky button. I don't understand
I
this.
was like trying to talk.
Are
and
you
just
hangry or something?
You just like overshadowed me.
I never overshadow you. What are you talking about? I gave you your side back.
You did. Thank you.
Come on.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Well,
Okay.
whether you're planning a beach getaway or just hanging out in your backyard, make sure you stay tuned to this episode so you can look and feel your best all summer long.
It is hot girl summer for all of you listeners. We are going to be doing a deep dive on how to change up your skincare routine, some of the most common concerns that we see in our office during the summer, and what procedures and treatments you should avoid and which ones you should go for in the summer.
So you totally missed what I did there.
What did you do? I'm so confused. This is a rough start. I'm sorry.
This
I'm
is
sorry,
it.
guys.
You're doing great. You're doing great. You know, you'll just have
Maybe
to
we
look
should
back
just
and
go
watch
to what
I did. Maybe you'll catch it one day.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
doubt that.
I doubt it too.
You know.
Do you have a beauty or a blemish?
Well, my beauty and blemish, I guess, is that, I've been using this new mask by a company called MediLift. It is a J Beauty product.
Beauty?
Yeah, Japanese beauty.
Oh,
now
that
have
one
you
went
heard
right
of
over my
K
head.
Beauty, but have you heard of J Beauty?
No, I have not.
Okay, well then you heard it first on
Here.
the More Than a Pretty Face podcast. It is J Beauty. So it is this mask and it is scary. Okay, I look like a robber. You can't recognize me when I put the mask on.
Oh my gosh, is it that mask that went over?
It is a black silicone mask. It covers pretty much your whole face except your nose sticks out and like your lips stick out. But everything kind of gets squished. So I've been wearing it at night. You wear it for 10 minutes and it has these little electrodes and it stimulates your muscles.
Okay.
The lifting muscles, because as you know, our muscle tone goes down with age, not just on our bodies,
unfortunately,
but on our face as well. I'm going to go on a tangent here, but there was an article in the New York Times that showed women doing these facial exercises over 6 weeks, and the before and afters were pretty good.
Just
you
6 weeks?
Yeah, because you work the muscles like any other muscle. The more you work it, the bigger it gets, and so that gives you some lift, right? Especially if you are training and working the lifting muscles, which are the zygomaticus major and minor that pull on the corner of the mouth. They move it up this way, and then the masseters as well. So anyway, so put on this mask and walking around, and my dog starts growling at me. He is like looking at me like, what is going on? He kind of knows it's me, but he has no idea what's happened to me.
Yeah.
He thinks that I've had like a head transplant or something. But anyway, and then my husband's like, what is that? So yeah, I guess that would be my beauty. And I finally convinced him to wear it.
Your husband?
He doesn't think he needs it, but he does.
No, wait, you got your
He
husband
thinks
to
he
do
looks really young.
Aw.
Yeah, which he does.
No, he looks good.
He's handsome.
Yeah.
But, I guess I have to always look younger. So, but I'm going to get him to wear it.
You do.
I'll post a picture of it.
You look younger. No worries there. Well, I think it's really funny that you had mentioned your dog because I thought about you and the incident in your car this weekend.
Oh, yeah, where she pooped in my car. Yeah, if you guys didn't hear that I think it was one of the melasma episodes.
Yeah, so my
Go back and listen to that, yeah.
Remy.
Pooped in the car?
Not the car, but she had this really cute one-piece outfit. It's like sweet, like strawberry wine with little strawberries on the sides, and it's like the
Oh,
cutest outfit ever, and it's white. And she hasn't been feeling good, and she's gets up from the living room, makes it almost to the bathroom, and just starts crying for me.
uh-oh.
She
Yeah.
pooped
Oh,
herself. Bad.
yeah.
It was bad. It was really bad. It reminded me of Casper, my dog, when I had one. And
Oh.
I had to call my husband for assistance. It was
Those
not
poop
okay.
situations are never good. They're just stinky.
And this
They're
poor thing,
just
she was so happy of being like the big kid now on the big side of school. And she was just crying, get it off of
I
me.
know. I'm
And
sure that's
just,
quite traumatic.
it was very traumatic, but
I think as a mom, even as a dog person,
a
you
dog
always
mom.
have some story about poop.
You sure do.
Some point in your
I
mom
guess at 3 and a
life.
half, I don't know. It just we didn't have an exciting poop story, so
Oh,
I
well, there
thought
you
we
go. She
wouldn't.
delivered. She
And she
delivered.
delivered. Oh my gosh. Well, the girls really want me to say something that is gonna also go over your head again. It went over mine. But it goes
What?
something like,
What?
"What time is it?"
Summertime.
And we're too old for this.
Yeah,
But
I'm
apparently
definitely not too old for this, but
no. Oh, so
am
you know
I?
this reference?
No, actually, I don't.
Yeah,
What?
you don't, because I didn't either.
No,
But
it's
it's
really over my head. It's so over my head. I don't even know if it's in front of me or behind me and what is going on.
it's behind us. It is
Wait, I thought we're doing
a High School
okay.
Musical reference.
Oh,
I don't know. I never watched it, but
so is this like a Gen Z thing, millennial
it's
thing? Because I'm a millennial.
Gen, right? It's Gen. I'm a
It's Gen
millennial
Z.
too, right?
Oh, it's
I'm a
millennial.
millennial.
Yeah, but you're on the older end of millennial.
Oh,
Well,
savage.
All of us together.
Oh my
anyways,
gosh. Well,
anyways,
okay.
we're gonna do a little something fun now. We're gonna play Slay or Nay Summer Edition.
All right. I'm
Okay,
ready. I love slaying name.
but don't get carried away. Okay, I just want slay or nay. Don't make me push Kentucky.
Okay.
We're
That's
gonna
gonna be
go
really hard,
over
guys.
the details of everything in the episode. So
Okay.
just be patient.
I'll try to obey and comply.
We know how that goes. All right. So slay or nay, exfoliants in the summer.
Slay.
Slay. What about beach parties?
Love it. Slay.
Yes. Stopping your moisturizer.
Nay.
Yeah,
Definitely
I agree.
not.
No. Tanning oils, but with SPF.
Depends on the SPF. If you're doing the
4.
Hawaiian
No.
Tropic
That
4,
was my
that would say
favorite.
no way. But if you're talking Sol de Janeiro, the SPF 50 oil, I am all for it. Slay.
Okay, all right. Sunscreen on rainy days.
Slay every day.
Getting a base tan before vacation.
Nay, nay. See, I did so good. I didn't go into detail
You
about
did. You
any of
did
them.
great. I'm so proud of you.
Yes.
All right, you guys, before we get started, to our amazing listeners, we want to show you our love and appreciation with 15% off AziMDskincare.com, but you have to listen to the episode to hear the code. Moving on. What skincare changes do you recommend for the summertime?
Well, I like to beef up my exfoliation in the summer because I feel like,
Ooh.
it's humid, you're wearing more sunscreen, you're sweating, and your pores can get a little bit more clogged, and it's hot outside. So I
Yeah.
think exfoliation becomes more important in warmer, humid climates.
Would you do like physical or chemical?
So I'm a big fan of chemical exfoliants. I don't like physical exfoliants. For one, they're a lot of work. Two, with physical exfoliants, especially as your skin gets older, you damage it, with all these little micro cuts. And a lot of the physical exfoliants can be very irritating on the skin. I think they're great for like the heels of your feet
Okay.
or if you want to scrub your thigh. But I think the face is better when you use a. Why is that so funny?
Well, you just
Or
scrub a
not
thigh.
funny or weird? Is that
I get
weird?
I
don't
get
know.
scrubbing the heels because it's like thicker there,
Well,
right?
some
But
people have
like
the
you
leg
scrub your
scrubs,
thigh.
putting it on. I don't use physical exfoliants. The chemical ones, the benefit of those is that not only do they remove the dead skin layer, but there's also some things happening at the cellular level
Mhm.
where you are stimulating collagen. You're sort of communicating to the dermis to boost and rev up the collagen
We
production.
love
So
that.
it does help with fine lines and particularly exfoliants like glycolic acid, which is my favorite. It has this brightening effect to the skin. So I'm a huge fan of glycolic acid, salicylic acid in the summer. I love the Clarify pads for the face. And guys, you won't believe this, but after I put it on my face, I also put it under my arms.
Tell us more.
I also put it on my elbows and my knees.
The same pad or a new pad?
Yeah, so won't get into the details
Well,
on
I'm glad
that.
that you
My
don't do
face
it
is
the other way
clean.
around.
Yeah, that's true. We don't wanna start in the underarms and go
No,
to
no,
the face
no,
and the
no.
bikini line. No, that would be
No,
weird.
no,
Very
yeah.
weird. Okay.
Okay,
Kentucky. I get
okay.
to call Kentucky on you today, I think. So,
I'll put it in the middle.
yeah, so those are my favorite exfoliants for the summer. Paula's Choice has a great 2% BHA.
Mhm.
There are also ones by Neutrogena if you're just looking for a quick wash. They have a 2% salicylic acid. There's also some great ones by Effaclar by La Roche-Posay. I love that. Now, if you're looking for something a little bit more potent, you can look at Drunk Elephant has a TLC with glycolic acid overnight.
Aw,
I really do love that one once a week.
I love the name.
So those are some of my favorites.
What about moisturizers? Can you give us your top 3
Yeah,
for
some
face
people
and
think,
body?
okay, the weather's humid outside. I don't need to moisturize because look at all this moisture in the air.
No,
But
no, no, not
mm,
true.
yeah, not true. You still want to moisturize. And I would just say lighten it up. So if you're using super heavy moisturizers in the winter, go for some lighter ones. And if you have oily skin, then you might want to go for some gel based moisturizers. So some of my favorite products are the Hydro Boost by Neutrogena is great. It's super light.
I like that one.
And then Aveeno's Calm and Restore. It has these oat complexes, but it's
Mhm.
super light against gel form. And then I love our Intense Recovery Complex because of its soothing
Yep.
abilities. And it's a super light lotion, but yet very hydrating. It doesn't have hyaluronic acid.
Don't overdo
So
it.
if you have a lot of products with hyaluronic acid and you're looking for a moisturizer that doesn't have that ingredient in it, I love the Intense Recovery.
What about for the body?
The body, I would suggest using, anything that feels good to you. I love Lipicar by La Roche-Posay. It does tend to be on the heavier side,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's really fast absorbing. They do make a Hydro Boost by Neutrogena for the body as
Yes,
well.
that's my favorite. When you said it earlier, that's the
Yeah,
one I was
you like
picturing.
you
I
like that
love that
one.
one for my body
Yeah.
in the summertime.
Yeah, and Aveeno has also some great ones. Honestly, anything that is a white lotion that comes in a pump is probably fine. The Equate brand, the best time to moisturize the body is right after the shower, especially if you exfoliate, then you wanna moisturize right away to
Yes.
seal in that hydration.
Yep.
So yeah, so the body, you can put anything on there, that's a cream.
Just anything in a pump. All
There's
right,
so many of
moving
them.
on.
I mean, if you wanna get fancy, I love Necessaire, the brand
Real
Necessaire.
fancy.
They have some really great lotions
Mhm.
and some oils. I'm not a huge fan, honestly, of oils in the summer. Do you wanna know why?
But you like oils in the winter?
In the winter, because oil and moisture create wax, and then that wax gets in your pores and it clogs pores. So particularly in the summer, I'm not a huge oil fan.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I didn't take you
So
for an oil person in
I
general,
mean, I
but I
do
like
like
that reasoning.
yeah,
I
so
didn't know that.
I don't particularly like in the summer, but okay.
Okay. What about SPF? What are your
So
top
important.
3?
SPF is so important, particularly in the summer.
Why is
Now,
that?
well, because the days are longer and some people think, "Oh, well, it's after 3 o'clock. I don't need sunscreen."
Mhm.
Wrong. What about the UVA rays? They are
Yeah.
out all day.
Come
Yes,
on.
UVB tends to peak between 10 to 2, but UVA, which are the aging rays, I mean, they can also lead to skin cancer, but really they age your skin. They make your pores bigger. They cause pigmentation.
Mhm.
They are out all day, every day, rain or shine. And so you really want to protect your skin. And if you're out there in the sun, you want to reapply every 2 hours
Mhm.
and pick a sunscreen that you love the feel of. And then for reapplication, a lot of people love the powders.
Yes. Did
Like,
you see the video of my daughter?
yes, so cute. So the UV Clear powder is an SPF 40 that you can use for reapplication. But the problem is powder sunscreens, they're not going to be as effective as a cream. So they're
Right.
great for reapplication. Like they will soak up excess oil, moisture, kind of give you a little coverage if you get a tinted one,
But not your
but not your
primary.
primary because one, they don't go on evenly and you're probably not going to get enough on to really protect you. So
Yeah.
I like them like, for reapplication.
Perfect. What are your top 3 SPF go-tos?
Well, I love Hydro Temp BB SPF
Obviously.
44. I love that one. I put that on every morning. And if you apply a vitamin C underneath, even better,
Mhm.
because vitamin C is a great antioxidant. So it will help enhance your protection by helping repair and protect your skin
Mhm.
against not only UV rays, but environmental stressors. I also love the Elta MD UV Clear and there's one that I've been recently using by L'Oreal. It's called Revitalift. It's an SPF 50 and it's super light. So I think it's great for summer.
Great.
And then Rock has a new one as well. It's called Barrier Renew and it's an SPF 30. So I'll link those. I do love the sticks. I don't know if your
Yes.
daughter, if your kids love the
Mhm.
SPF sticks, but they're great for targeted application. So like around the eyes or around the lips
Yes.
or areas where, cream or lotions would be kind of messy.
Yeah.
I love the sticks.
I do when we do beach days, it's with the stick, and then she'll alternate 'cause she likes the stick and the powder,
Yeah.
and if we're just, like, out and about during the day, not like a beach water, it's reapplication with the powder brush for
Yeah.
sure. Yep.
I love the glow stick by Supergoop. That one's really
I
nourishing.
haven't tried it.
CeraVe has one that's really great. It's super little and super cute.
Aw.
And then Shiseido is another brand that has a great, it's so fast absorbing and it's invisible. I love those sunscreen sticks.
Yes, I love when they're invisible for the
Yeah.
reapplication.
I'm not a huge face spray person. I love the sprays for the body.
Okay.
So, Sol de Janeiro just came out with 3 products that I'm so obsessed with. One is a spray. I think those are great for, like, quick applications,
Mhm.
like if you're on a run or on a bike ride, and they're great for hard to reach areas like the
The
back,
back.
but I don't recommend them on the face because they can you can inhale the fumes, and then if it gets on your eyelids, it causes reactions.
Just more sensitive skin on the face.
Mhm. They
Mhm.
also have a great body oil with SPF 50. So,
I've
as
been
we
wanting to try
know, yeah,
that.
and it smells just delicious.
Ah,
It's
all
so
their
good.
products smell so good.
Yeah, so I do love them. And then La Roche-Posay has a great one if you don't like sticky feeling,
Mhm.
one that's called Melt-In Sunscreen,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
that one's super fast absorbing. It's SPF 60, and Neutrogena Hydro Boost is a great light one for the body.
So, when you say you don't like face mists, is it just the SPF mist that you do not like, or you're saying in
Right.
general?
In general, yeah, I don't well, no, I'm sorry. Yes, it's the SPF ones. I
Okay.
I don't think that they're great. Speaking of facial mists, if you have oily skin
Uh-huh.
and you have problems controlling oil in the summer, La Roche-Posay has a mist. It's called Zinc, and it's with zinc sulfate, and it is great at controlling shine and oil.
Interesting.
And if you're acne prone, I do really love that. It's like a cooling facial mist.
I love just their thermal spring water mist. That just feels so good. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to
you
try
could
that
do
one.
that. Yeah, that's and then guys, don't forget your lips. The SPF for the lips is so important because when you wear lip glosses and lip balms,
It's like baby
it's
oil
like
on your
baby oil. Yeah,
lips.
you're magnifying the UV rays. So you really want to protect your collagen of the lip. So use an SPF lip balm. I love the Pout Plump 30, which is our lip plumper with SPF in it.
Mhm.
There's also one by Elta MD that is one of my favorites as well for the lips. You can also use that one actually around your eyes, but Eye Glow AM is a color corrector that's also a peptide serum that has SPF 50. So don't forget the eyelid skin. I feel like a lot of us are great at our faces, but we
Mhm.
forget delicate skin areas
The
like the
ears.
eyelids, the ears, the lips, because that is, thinner skin and it's going to get damaged and wrinkled so much faster
Yes.
than, any other skin anywhere else.
I don't do this anymore, so don't come for me, but I was one of those that very much believed in a base tan.
Oh, we were one of those.
I was definitely one of those. Even though, I base tanned in tanning beds and not necessarily, like, out and about before vacation, but, I see, a lot of people discussing this. I already know your thoughts, but why don't you tell everyone what you think about the base tan? Is it legit? Is it, you know
Okay, take a deep breath. So any tanning that you do, know that that is damaging your skin.
Mhm.
And a lot of people also think that getting a spray tan protects you from the sun. That's wrong. I just saw Alex Earl, who's a big influencer. She didn't realize that she didn't have as much of a tan as she did. So she got burnt to a crisp
Oh,
on
man.
vacation because she had a spray tan that made her believe she was more protected than she was. But regardless, there is no safe tanning. So I want to put that out there that any amount of color change that you see means that you are damaging your skin, and it's
Mhm.
it's it's really just up to you to try to minimize that as much as possible. So seek
Yep.
shade, don't focus on tanning. Although all of us do get darker naturally in the summer because no matter what you do, you're just going to
The
get
sun.
some sun that's going to come through, some UVA rays that's going to come through. Sunscreen is not perfect. I really love the UPF clothing, especially
Yeah.
if you have kids, guys, because you don't have to worry about reapplication. It's the best protection is really the, complete protection where you're covering the skin.
Yes, Remy gets so dark so easily,
Yeah.
and at school, we have to sign a waiver asking for the teachers to apply sunscreen on their lunch break, like, when they
Yeah.
go out for recess, and apparently I'm, like, one of the only moms
That you don't
that
give.
asks
Oh,
for my
really? Wow.
daughter or for my child to have sunscreen applied at school.
Yeah, yeah, you really should because you accumulate a lot of sun damage before the age of 18, and you don't want, that to be problematic
Yes.
for you, later on in life.
Okay, let's talk about your favorite thing, in-office treatments. Are
Yes.
there any summer specific treatments that you recommend, what we should do or maybe not do before vacation?
Well, people are usually out in the sun. So a lot of times lasers are not the best during the summer because some lasers, like laser hair removal or BBL or
Mhm.
IPL, if you have tan skin, that puts you at risk of complications of getting burned because the laser can't see the difference between the melanin on the surface of the skin and the target melanin that it's trying to remove. So it just kind of burns everything. So I would really be cautious with those lasers and instead do things like microneedling
Mhm.
that doesn't matter if you're really tan or not. Even with microneedling, you don't want to be in the sun while you're healing, right? So with any of these, in-office treatments, you don't want to go right out there and just get, a lot of sun.
Right.
Microneedling is on the safer side with exosomes is one of my favorites. You can also do like radio frequency and ultrasound skin tightening
Mhm.
because they work beneath the surface of the skin. You don't necessarily run any risk if you're tan or whatnot. So Exelis Ultra 360 is one of my favorite tightening devices. And then it's a time to maybe focus more on your injectables. So like your fillers or Botox, as opposed to lasers, because again, there's not, any recovery or issues with, being in the sun when you have fillers or Botox.
Mhm. How long should you wait? Or how long should you like, what's the time period between doing your injectables and then going on vacation or an event per se?
Yeah, I would say you wanna give yourself a good week or 2, for bruising, for things to settle. I think that's a good timeline.
Mhm.
You can also do, like, facials are great,
Mhm.
dermaplaning. I love the Diamond Glow.
With
Yeah, because
dermaplaning,
it's like
yes.
that deep cleansing facial, so if you've been wearing a lot of sunscreen, a lot of, makeup but it's humid, so things kind of get built up in your pores,
Mhm.
then a diamond glow facial or a hydrofacial is great and safe to do in the summer.
What about patients or those listening that can't make it to their dermatology or med spa? What are some options they can do at home?
I love LED lights, and so those are
Yes.
great. You can look into the MediLift, which is what
Oh, yeah,
I
your
have been
scary
doing,
mask.
facial toning.
Yay.
So those are safe and they don't, really matter if you're tan or not. So I think that's something you can do at home and just, being consistent with your skincare. A lot of people give up quite easily on a routine they start or they're not consistent with their skincare and they're like, "Well, I don't see any results from
Right.
skincare." Skincare definitely takes consistency.
Because your skin is not Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it takes time to deliver, guys, like 6 to 8 weeks. And then another one myth that I hear, and tell me
Mhm.
if you hear people say this, "Oh,
Okay.
well, I can't start a retinoid, it's summertime."
Oh my gosh, I hear that
It's like,
all the time.
no, you can
All the
totally
time.
use Retin-A and retinoids in the summer. You can use exfoliating acids in the summer. Yes, they can make you more prone to sun exposure or sun damage but just wear sunscreen. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Well, you're
think
washing it off in the morning anyways, and you wear these retinols or
Yeah, I think
retin-A's at night.
the main issue is that, especially with exfoliating acids, actually more than retinoids, like glycolic or salicylic acid,
Mhm.
because you are exfoliating off that dead skin
Oh,
layer.
okay. I see what you're
That
saying.
dead skin layer is thinner,
Mhm.
so you're much more prone to getting a sunburn if you're on exfoliating acids.
Mhm.
And so you just have to wear sunscreen, but you can totally continue your anti-aging skincare in the summer. We have the most amazing podcast community, and we want to thank you for being such a loyal listener. To thank you for being a fan of the show, we want to extend 15% off exclusively to podcast listeners. Just use code SUN15 now through the end of May. That's SUN15. This is a special discount we're only giving to our podcast listeners to get 15% off your favorite products at AziMDskincare.com. Don't forget to tag me in your stories. I love to see you glow.
All right, let's jump into Ask Dr. Ozzy, where Dr. Ozzy answers your questions.
Yes, I love hearing from you guys. So if you're on Instagram, send us a DM at More Than a Pretty Face Podcast, or you can email us at More Than a Pretty Face Podcast at gmail.com because I love hearing from you.
All right, let's jump into this. Our first question is from Jasmine on Instagram, and she asks, "How about having a wrinkly stomach? What's a good non invasive procedure that I can do before the summer?"
Yeah, this is a very common concern, and
Mhm.
especially after pregnancy
Mhm.
with women. It's something that happens to all of us, with skin laxity. So I have three really main treatments that I love doing that I find are very effective. One is ultrasound or radio frequency skin tightening, and we've seen some really great results
Really great.
with Exelis Ultra 360. And you can also do things like Morpheus 8, which is, microneedling with ultrasound, or it's microneedling with radio frequency. So that's one option. There's also collagen boosting injections. I love hyperdilute radius, or CAHA, some people call it calcium hydroxyapatite,
Kaha.
hyperdiluted. You do need, I would say, about 3 sessions, but that works really well at just firming the skin. It can also add some volume, like right beneath the skin surface, to help plump up the skin.
Mhm.
And then lastly, I love collagen boosting threads for the body. I love it for the stomach, for the arms, for that skin above the knees, the thighs. It works really well. The threads are placed under the skin. That stimulates your body to form collagen and firm the skin. And then the threads disappear, usually by 1 year. So it's something you can do annually. And so those are some of my favorite treatments, and they do really help. I also tell patients to use a body cream with retinoids in it because, as we know, retinoids are great at boosting your
Mhm.
collagen, your hyaluronic acid, as well as firming creams with coenzyme Q. That's another firming agent. Now, if you have vitiligo, I would be cautious because it can make vitiligo worse.
Interesting.
But yeah, so
Okay.
those are some of my favorite practices for firming the skin.
Great. All right. Question number 2 is also from Instagram. Karina says, "Hi, Dr. Ozzy. I've been putting off shaving most of the winter and spring because I get really bad razor bumps, but I don't want to be looking like a Yeti during summer. What can I do to
Oh,
avoid the dreaded bumps?
okay. You
Help."
totally do not have to look like Yeti. Who is Yeti?
Stop.
No, is that from Star Wars? Am I way off here? Who's Yeti? Okay, the
Honey.
silence is like
Okay.
serious. But is
Okay.
that
All
is that
right.
from Star Wars?
No.
It's just a
No.
Yeti.
Yeti. It's
Oh,
like
it's a creature.
it's a creature. Yes, you could say that. We'll post a picture here for you.
Okay, I'm gonna Google that as soon as the podcast is done. Oh, okay, the girls have it up. Well, regardless of what a Yeti is, we don't want you looking like one if you don't
Yeah.
want to look like a Yeti, okay?
That's the point.
That's the bottom
That is the
line.
bottom line right there.
So you need the one spray
The one because it's the
because it's
one.
the one. It does everything from treating back acne to butt acne to razor bumps to texture. It just helps smooth the skin and control breakouts. I would suggest doing it daily. Some people can do it up to twice a day. You can also wash with a benzoyl peroxide wash, but really my go-to is the one spray because of the salicylic acid and the glycolic acid and the formulation. It's just great at, just drying up those breakouts and making the skin super smooth. Now, if you truly get razor bumps where you get red and you get itchy and you get bumps right after shaving, you can use a calming cream like Soothe HC
Mhm.
right after showering or right after shaving. And that just helps calm inflammation. If you also get like laser hair removal and you suffer with breakouts, the same products are great for that. So use the one spray for a couple weeks before your waxing or your laser hair removal. And then right after your wax job or your hair removal job or your shaving job, whatever those
Whatever
hair
job you're gonna
removal
have.
jobs might be, you'll want to apply the Soothe HC. You can do it 3 times a day for 3 days and it will calm those bumps down
Yes.
right away.
And use a fresh razor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about a couple of conditions that we see in the summer? One is
Sure.
I know, I just
I
just
love
my
this.
making my own
Let's
end to this podcast
yeah.
here. Because I was just thinking, I see this a lot in my office, something called Tinea Versicolor,
Yes.
which is when people get these white patches on their back, on their chest. And a lot of people have them, but a lot of people don't know what they are.
Mhm.
And if you don't know, you know.
You don't know, now you know.
Now you know. Well, it's this yeast that is very common in the summer. It tends to grow on humid, damp skin. And some people are just more prone to growing it.
Mhm.
And a common easy treatment is using Selsun Blue shampoo. Use that as your body wash and we'll get rid of it.
Yes.
We're going to try to post some photos of it on the More Than a Pretty Face podcast
Mhm.
Instagram. So you guys check it out. I also love the one spray for that condition.
Yes.
And if you suffer from melasma, yes, it will rear its ugly head in the summer. No way of avoiding it. A lot of people don't realize it's not just the sun,
Uh-huh.
but it's also the
The
heat.
heat.
So for more on that, check out the melasma episode if you listen back.
And then the margarita rash.
Oh, yes, that's the other one I was talking about.
Mhm.
Guys, listen, if you have been dozing off on this podcast, this is the time to
This is when you
listen
tune in.
because it may change your life this summer. If you are handling limes, lemons, you are taking those tequila shots down in Cabo
Yes.
and you are getting lime or lemon on your skin, be prepared for a very bad burn. A
Mhm.
burn that looks like dark patches after you get home. It's called margarita dermatitis or phytophotodermatitis. You don't want to be caught with this. So if you are handling any type of citrus, make sure it's not getting on your skin. If it gets on your skin, make sure you wash it off because if you are outdoors, if you're in the sun, I treat so much of it in the summertime. If you're making lemonade in your backyard, putting lemon juice in your hair, which I hope you're not doing, but it can cause a really bad dark burn. It's like that new
Yes.
Kanye West song, "Burn, Baby Burn." You know that song?
I do not.
You don't know that song?
You know, I'm not a fan
Yes,
of him.
I finally know something you
You
don't know.
finally know
It's
a music
Kanye's. Yes, I know.
song that I do not know.
Burn,
You know a
Baby
lot
Burn.
that I don't know.
It's a great, I mean,
How does it go?
now I'm shy.
I was hoping to get you singing.
Anyways,
Well,
yeah,
that's it for
that's it. I
today.
think that's all we have.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys, for tuning in. We are so appreciative of your listenership and subscriptionship. I'm getting lightheaded.
Me
If
too.
you found this podcast to be helpful, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. And sharing is caring. So share this with a friend. Until next time. Bye,
Bye.
guys.